Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are in the streets of Singapore. Another tough race for the Tier 2 drivers. Really tight. It's going to be I think it will depend on how many penalties you get. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because not many places to overtake. You just have to be really careful with how you drive because you can easily get front wing damage here as well. So, but yeah, it'll be an interesting race. So, I'm just going to go through the standings quickly with you to see who is in the lead of Tier 2 at the moment. So, at the moment, F1 Viva is still championship leader. He is on 84 points, but unfortunately for Viva, he is not racing tonight. As you probably saw in the announcements, he has got a busy schedule coming up. So, unfortunately for Viva, he is probably going to lose his first place tonight. In P2, we have the Mercedes of Salty Stevens, and he's only 4 points behind. So, Salty Stevens, I believe, is racing tonight. He is racing tonight, Salty Stevens, so he's got a great chance to go into going to first in the championship. P3 is UFRL Ghosts. E.g. Filthy goes 2-3-0 in the Red Bull. He is 13 points behind Viva, so he's also got a very good chance of overtaking Viva in the championship. Fourth in the Haas, it's Energy Dan. Energy Dan hasn't actually got a podium yet this season, but he's got very consistent points of 17, 15, 14 and 17. So he's doing really well, keeping in that 4th to 6th range. And that puts him P4. P5 in the Ferrari. It is Lodi BE, which I believe is Black Panther. He is currently 22 points behind Viva. He's had quite a good few races though. He's won 2 races so far. Missed the first race, so he's got a great chance of moving up the table tonight. P6, another person who is missing tonight. It is King Kong. P7 is Hybrid in the Aston Martin. Hybrid is racing tonight, so he's got a great chance of overtaking King Kong. P8 in the McLaren is Mr. Potwash. P9 is Brewdog. I'm not sure if Brewdog's racing tonight. I didn't see his name in my screen, but he might be. I haven't had a look yet. P10 in the Alfa Romeo is Gandalf. P11 in the Williams is OG Cluster. And P12 in the McLaren, it is Christie. So we have 18 drivers tonight, guys. So it's going to be a really interesting race around the streets of Singapore. And it is raining. I repeat, it is raining in Singapore. So that makes things very, very interesting. Is it going to be raining throughout qualifying and into the race as well? Or it doesn't look that heavy though, so hopefully maybe that the track will dry up by the end of the session, but I cannot see unless anyone has told me if anyone is listening tonight, guys, and you could let me know, is it going to rain throughout the whole of qualifying and what does the race weather look like? So we're just going to go through the grid for tonight. We have got 2 McLarens of Mr. Potwash and a Tier 3 driver who won the first race in Tier 3. It is Doug. He hasn't actually raced too much in Tier 3 this season. That's why I probably won last week. But Doug, he is racing in Tier 2 tonight. We have just the one Haas driver of No, sorry, we have 2 Haas drivers of Energy Dan and Fedspeen. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but that's what I'm reading. We have got 2 Alpha Taris of Norwegian Borat and another Tier 3 driver. It is Pops Kong. VTLX says wet through quali. Start to race in the dry. That's gonna be interesting. Let's go to someone who's out on track. Let's watch Doug. Salty Stevens is in the Mercedes tonight with VFX Instant, who is another Tier 3 driver. And then we have got 2 Ferraris of Black Panther and another Tier 3 driver. It is Shazam. We do have 2 Red Bull drivers as well as Mr. Wiggles and Filthy Ghost. We have 2 Aston Martins of Hybrid and Angry Badger. We have 2 Williams of P Grit and SFR the Vicar. We only have 1 Alpine tonight, and that is SFR Madge, which is a shame because that is my constructors team. And we only have 1 Alfa Romeo tonight of Gandalf. And Vitality is saying Gandalf P1. Very interesting. So I can imagine a lot of people are just going to keep on going around on this track. I can't imagine people are going to do 1 lap and then come in, because with the inters you just want to keep on going out. But we're going to go with Doug because he is the only person on a lap at the moment. We will go off him just so he's not putting too much pressure on him. But at the moment, Doug, you are the only person out on track. Let's go down to Angry Badger then, who is just going through the first sector now. So it's going to be really interesting because if this track dries up a tiny bit, I know people are saying it is wet through quali, but people keep going around. The line will get drier and times will just keep tumbling down. And it'll be interesting to see. I think pole could go just to the person who finishes last, like whoever crosses the line last. So it'll be interesting to see how they all do. Let's go up to Doug because he will be setting a time soon, because as everyone is aware, Singapore has changed. There is no tight thing through that tunnel anymore. So it's a lot quicker now. As Doug is actually on another outlap, I think. I think he's just getting his bearings a bit. Because he's going to set a time of 1:44.5. So that is the benchmark. Let's go down to Energy Dan because he is in Sector 2 and he's at the moment on 58 seconds. Let's see what... As Angry Badger now goes fast with 1:43.2. We're going to go down to one of the candidates of the win tonight. Let's watch Black Panther. Who has got his ERS open, so let's see what he can do. Obviously, people won't be trying to... It doesn't affect it too much at Singapore because your wing was quite high anyway, but... Black Panther really struggling to put the foot down there. Angry Bad. As Energy Dan now sets the fastest time at 1:42.9. Goes quickest by about 2 tenths. Mr. Wiggles now goes quickest with a 142.955. Black Panther crosses the line, and it's only a 144.1. He really did struggle there, but let's go watch Popcorn, because he will be the next to cross the line, it looks like. And Popcorn is going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 148 dead, pretty much. Let's see if anyone is closer. Hybrid, let's watch Hybrid here. Hybrid is actually on another, as Salty Stevens has had a crash somewhere, and Salty Stevens is out of qualifying. P Grit picked up a 5-second time penalty as well. So, sorry, a 5-second grid penalty. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. But Salty Stevens, P2 in the championship, he is out of quali. He will not be happy about that. Pops Kong has also retired from the session. As yours sincerely says, whoa, wet quali. I know, and it's already claimed the lives of 2 drivers, of Pops Kong and Salty Stevens. And obviously you're a Mercs boy. He's really not happy about it. I didn't see what happened to Salty Stevens, but he will probably be starting last. I believe he will start last as long as everyone else sets a time. Madge now crosses the line. It's a 143.9. Puts him P6. Mr. Wiggles still quickest in the Red Bull at the moment. Shazam, as Black Panther does go quickest now with a 142.6. Black Panther much better on that second lap. Obviously his tyres had warmed up a bit. And Black Panther in the Ferrari, he goes P1. As Shazam now comes through the final few corners. And Shazam, a tier 3 driver, of course. He's going to set a time, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's a 143.7, puts him P7. That's really good from Shazam. Let's go now to Filthy Ghosts, who is also really struggling to put the foot down. He's really struggling. Losing the back end, it seems like. Mr. Pyam not sure what happened to him. He says, oh no, Stevens, didn't see it. Massive blow for him though. Yeah, it is a massive blow, because Singapore is one of the most difficult tracks to overtake on, other than probably Monaco and maybe 1 or 2 more. But Filthy Ghost now crosses the line, and it's going to be a really good time. It's a 141.9. Puts in P1 by about 7 tenths. Filthy Ghost just sets it alight this now, and he's 7 tenths clear of P2. Let's go down to Gandalf. Is he on a time lap at the moment? Yours sincerely says someone reversed a cross track into him. I'm guessing it was P Grit, because he did pick up a 5-second penalty. I'm not going to blame anyone, because I have not seen it, but it sounds like, I think unfortunately P Grit just did not see Salty Stevens, and that seems like the problem, and it's really affected Salty Stevens. He does stream though, so he will have the accident, what happened, and the stewards will have a look. I don't think Gandalf is on the lap. So as the Vicar, I missed that, is he's gone up to P5 now with a 143.2. Let's go down to let's watch Norwegian Borat, who I think is a new driver tonight. As he has invalidated. I'm not too sure if that was on purpose, but he has invalidated. Let's go to... Let's watch VFX, because he's slower in Sector 1, unfortunately for him. I'm guessing he is going for another out lap. Black Panther is still out on track. He is still trying to get these tyres to work, it seems like. He has invalidated those, so we're going to go down. Just trying to find anyone who is on a lap at the moment. I think that could just be Doug at the moment, so we're going to watch Doug. Who I don't think is on a lap either. So let's go down to Mr. Potwash. No, he's just trying to warm up tyres. Yeah, sorry about this, guys, but I don't think anyone is out on track on the lap at the moment. So we're going to go... Mr. Poem says, is it dry for race? Well, VETLX says it's the dry start of the race is dry. So not sure if that means the whole race is dry or just the start, but we've definitely got dry parts in the race, so it'd be interesting to see if it's the whole race or just part of it. But according to VTLX, it is dry at the start. Everyone really struggling with their back end tyres, I think. Just trying to get some tyre temp in them tyres, because it really seems like the track is so cold. Let's watch Fed Spen. Who I believe is on the lap, but we will wait and see. No, he is not. So is Pigrit on the lap? I think Pigrit has just started a lap, so at the moment we will just stay on board with Pigrit. As Black Panther goes quickest now over 141.7. I missed the person who actually has just gone pole. He's on 5 lap inters, so he is enjoying getting some more temp into them tyres. And he has gone quickest by 2 tenths from Filthy Ghost. Them two really ahead at the moment of the rest of the field. Let's go down to Mr. Wiggles, who is in Sector 1. So let's see how he does in Sector 1. And he is about the same time, so we're just going to go find someone who is a bit closer to the finish line, because there is a few more people out on track. Angry Badger, he is going a lot quicker at the moment. So Angry Badger looks like he will be moving up the table, but how far can he go up? Angry Badger now through the final few corners, and Angry Badger, he's going to get a 142.2, puts in P3. It's a great lap from Angry Badger in the Aston Martin. Mr. Wiggles now in Sector 2. I think he has backed out of that lap. So, as Energy Dan is going, I think slower actually. Not sure if that's 7 tenths quicker or 7 tenths slower, but it looks like he's having a good lap. We will watch Energy Dan as he comes through the last final corners, and he is going to set a 142.0, puts in P3. Really good lap from Energy Dan. Sorry, I think I must need glasses because I thought it said plus 7 tenths, but it was actually minus 7 tenths. As Gandalf now is going slower in Sector 1, so as everyone gets out of the way of Mr. Wiggles, who looks like he is on a flying lap. As there is only 3 minutes left in qualifying. As Mr. Poem says, let's go Badger. Speedy Bullet, my tier 3 teammate, says, what's up everyone? Hello, Speedy Bullet. Lovely to have you with us tonight. We have a yellow flag in Sector 2, but I'm sure it was just someone moving out of the way and going a bit slow. Grit looks like he's just trying to warm up his tyres again. Mr. Potwash is just not too sure what Mr. Potwash is doing at the moment. But Energy Dan is actually going a tiny bit quicker, but he has backed out. Angry Badger is not on the lap. Madge, I think, has gone up to P5 in the Alpine. But let's go down to Mr. Wiggles. He's actually going slower as well. He's 7 tenths up on his time. Is Gandalf on a lap? He has just started in Sector 1. So Black Panther, Filthy Ghost, the Vicar and Shazam are only going to get one chance, I think, in qualifying here. Obviously they have set times already, but I think that would be their last chance. As he's just started Sector 2, I'm just trying to find someone who is any closer. Doug is in Sector 2. So let's see what his Sector 2 time will be. He has... I think he's backed out of this lap. As Madge has retired from the session, I think Hybrid also retired. And Mr. Wiggles has retired. We have 3 more retirements. Which there must have been contact or something, because that's a lot of people just to retire at once. Let's go up to the top though, because we're going to stick with Gandalf at the moment. He is going slower, so I don't think, unless he's going for another lap. Angry Badger is coming into the pits. Energy Dan, not too sure if he's on a lap, but let's go up to Filthy Ghost, who is currently in Sector 2. Let's see what Filthy Ghost Sector 2 time will be, because, like I said, this will be his only chance to go ahead of Black Panther and get pole. Filthy Ghost Sector 2. Is he quicker? He is half a second quicker. At the moment, Filthy Ghost will be going P1, but where is Black Panther? He's just started his Sector 1, so we're going to stick with Filthy Ghost, because this is going to be his only chance. What will Filthy Ghost get? What will his time be? Filthy Ghost around the last few corners, and Filthy Ghost time is going to be a 1:41.2. It's a great lap from Filthy Ghost. Norwegian Borat goes P6 with a 1:42.5. The Vicar goes up to P5 with 1:42.5, but he did have a 5-second grid penalty. Let's stick with Black Panther now. Can Black Panther do anything? Is he improving? That is the question. It doesn't look like it. He's about the same time. So at the moment, Filthy Ghost will be getting pole unless anyone below is on a lap. Norwegian Borat's lost his front wing. Gandalf is a second down on his lap, so he's improving massively. Let's stick with Gandalf. Gandalf now around the last few corners. What can Gandalf do? Can he get in the top 5? Gandalf now crosses the line, and it's a 1:41.6, puts in P3. Great lap from Gandalf. Black Panther does improve, but only goes P2 still with a 1:41.4. As P Grit looks like he's the last person, and he stays in P12, I think. So that is qualifying done for you. And P1 and taking pole in the Singapore Grand Prix is Filthy Ghosts by about 2 tenths. Sorry about that. P grits, unfortunately, I think got affected with my game, so I just had to mute P grit for the moment. Not P grit's fault, I don't think. It was just I could not hear what was going on. So I will go through the grid with you all just before everyone changes their tyres, but I didn't have a chance there because I was trying to sort out to. But Filthy Ghost in the Red Bull is P1, Black Panther P2, Gandalf is P3, P4 is Energy Dan, P5 is Angry Badger, 6th is The Vicar, 7th is Norwegian Borat, 8th is Madge, 9th is Mr. Wiggles, and rounding up the top 10, it is Hybrid. And now I'm stuck on this screen. That's not good. Because I don't want everyone to... We can leave that because they can't see the tyres, so it's fine. So it changes completely now because it's a dry race. Everyone will be on the fresh tyres. I think you could try and use the a set of softs, because obviously you've got so many softs, but how long will they actually last around Singapore? Mr. Poem says, hope they all make it round Sector 1 okay today. Yeah. Let's hope we have a really good opening lap with no DNFs. And Speedy Spirit says, don't jinx it. And Mr. Poem just says, as long as my Aston lads make it. They have actually had a good qualifying. They are P5 and in P10. So top 10 for both of them. Not too bad for the Aston Martins tonight. The only team that probably did better than that is I would say the Red Bulls, who have got P1 and P9. And again, guys, as you're aware, please don't ready up until we are told on the Discord chat. I'm sure you have been told and you are aware. And if you aren't aware, there is no formation laps in UFRL. So we will be going straight to the race. And so be ready to go. Because, again, no formation laps because F1 23 has its issues. And you can sometimes do a formation lap and then everything goes completely wrong, and then there has to be a red flag. So we go straight to the race. Again, like I said, Filthy Ghost did get pole tonight in the Red Bull. Really good lap from him. But Black Panther, not too far off. And I think if Salty Stevens didn't have that accent, he would have been close as well. But Gandalf, what a drive from him. I think he's about 4/10 behind Filthy Ghost in the end. So really close from the top three. I think Energy Dan just missed out on the 141s. I'm not too sure now. Can't remember too much, but still, like I said, so consistent and goes P4. I think he's finished P4, P5 and P6 in every race so far. So Energy Dan will be hoping to get into the podium tonight. But I think the people at the back of the field, I think you've got to watch out for Salty Stevens, because he's going to be, I would think, anyway, because where he is in the championship, he's going to be quick. But there's a few people that shouldn't really be down the back. Mr. Potwash, really good driver. And then Tier 3 drivers, nothing wrong about being down there, but I think they've got pace to get themselves up. I think it's going to be a really interesting battle tonight. And as long as you don't have any problems with front wing damage or time penalties, you're going to do all right. I really do believe that. I believe the winner in the Tier 3 is Doug in the McLaren as well, who finished P11. So really good work from Doug. I think we will be underway pretty shortly, but we will wait and see. I'm sure everyone is ready to go as soon as. Oh. No. I'm really sorry, guys. I got this thing in the way and I can't get rid of it. If anyone's got any ideas, because this is not how I wanted it to go, I can only apologise. I thought it would have gone when the race started. Back out and okay. Come on. Again, I do apologise for this, guys. I'm really sorry. Okay, I am back, everyone. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go to the tyre strategy. We are under safety car rules. Popscong has DNF from the race. I'm not too sure what's happened on the start. VTLX said stupid safety car start. So I'm guessing their safety car came out at the start of the race, which keeps on happening. It's really frustrating, this game. But the tyre strategies are Filthy Ghost and Black Panther are both on the medium tyre. And then Energy Dan, who's actually picked up a penalty of drive. He's picked up a drive-through, which is awful for Energy Dan. So he's had a massive, massive problem there. And he has picked up a drive-through. Gandalf has gone down to P4, but I guess that's why Energy Dan got the penalty. I'm not too sure about this, but Gandalf P4 on the mediums. P5 and P6 are Badger and the Vicar, both on hards. P7 is Borat on the mediums. Then all the way down from 8th to 13th are all on hards. Shazam on the mediums. Mr. Potwash is on the hards, and P Grit on softs, with Salty Stevens on the mediums. As we nearly had contact at the front, did anyone else nearly... Energy Dan there nearly crashed into Black Panther, and Black Panther nearly just crashed into the back of Filthy Ghost, but luckily no damage. Safety car is in this lap. Energy Dan obviously has 3 laps to take this penalty. I'm guessing he'll be in this lap or next. When will Filthy Ghost want to go? I've noticed with Filthy Ghost, he does go pretty early with his safety car restart. So Popskong has left the session. I'm not too sure what's happening with Popskong tonight. I mean, I didn't see the first corner of the first lap. Really do apologise, but luckily for me, it seems like the safety car came out as Filthy Ghost has gone. He's got a tiny bit of a lead. Energy Dan is coming into the pits. Black Panther is actually pretty close to the back of Filthy Ghost. Will he have a chance down into turn 1? No, Filthy Ghost keeps P1. Salty Stevens, it doesn't matter about that because he's just the last one to cross the line. But Salty Stevens gets past P Grit already up to P15. These two now 1.7 seconds already ahead of Gandalf. Got a really big lead ahead of P3 already. Black Panther really fighting for P1 here. Seems the more confident of the two at the moment. Again, really tough to overtake in Singapore. You've really got to choose your place really well. Sometimes people go in this corner. Again, it's just really tight. Salty Stevens looks like he has taken P15 from P-Grit. Still fighting with P-Grit actually for P15. Let's go down to Hybrid, who is on the back of Mr. Wiggles in the Red Bull. He gets touched by Doug. Doug has spun. Doug is now at the back of the grid. Not too sure if either of them picked up damage, but Doug, not great from Doug. He's down in P16 now. Mr. Wiggles catching to the back of Norwegian Borat, and a virtual safety car has come out. Not too sure what that's for. Looks like P-Grit has lost his front wing, I believe, or lost part of it. Yeah, P-Grit has lost his front wing, so P-Grit will be coming into the pits, I believe. Let's go back up to the front of the grid. Virtual safety car, obviously, so everyone has to stick to a delta. P-Grit picks up a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. It gets worse and worse for P-Grit as we are back underway. Virtual safety car has finished now. Black Panther still fighting for P1, but he's down a second behind Filthy Ghost. Let's go down to Angry Badger, who's catching to the back of Gandalf now. Angry Badger looks really confident round here tonight. Can he get into the podium spot? That's the question. They've kind of started getting a lead to the Vicar, but we're going to go down to Mr. Wiggles Hybrid because they are fighting to try and get past Borat. Norwegian Borat's struggling a bit on them mediums. You think he'd be the quicker of the two at the moment, but he's struggling. Did he put his front wing up too high for the rain and now he's struggling, or has he got a bit of damage? Who knows? But we're going to go down to Salty Stevens, who's up to P12 now and is catching to the back of Fed Spen. He's already made up 6 positions and he is right on the back now of Fed Spen. He's got a great chance here, but again, it's really difficult to overtake. He nearly crashes into the barrier. He's just got to be a bit careful here. Salty Stevens doesn't want to get any damage, but again, he's got a great chance here to overtake. As Doug goes quickest with a 1:36.9 now. Goes round the outside and he does take Fed Spen for 11th position. As Black Panther up, has taken Filthy Ghost for P1. Filthy Ghost is going to try and fight back into the corner. But Black Panther does take the lead. He has taken the lead from Filthy Ghost. Can Filthy Ghost keep with Black Panther to keep the DRS? That is the question. As Merckx has said, Mr. Wiggles has wing damage. So that is why Mr. Wiggles is down in P8 and struggling a tiny bit. But We're going to stick with these two at the moment. Can Filthy Ghost get a chance down the straight here? No, he can't. He has to stick behind Black Panther, who goes a tiny bit wide, but it's still okay. Black Panther in the Ferrari has taken the lead. Can he make it 2 wins out of 2? But they're side by side now going into the corner, and I think Filthy Ghost is going to have him. They're side by side, but it's great driving by the pair of them. They're still side by side going into the next corner. Who's going to get DRS? Who got DRS? That is the question. Filthy Ghost gets the DRS. Can he get Black Panther into turn 1? Black Panther still keeps P1. Great driving by the pair of them. Norwegian Borat now goes quickest with 134.6. Salty Stevens is up to P10 now. Mr. Wiggles has pitted and for that front wing damage. So Salty Stevens up to P10. As Filthy Ghost goes side by side with Black Panther. And he pushes him wide, but they're still fighting into the next corner. Black Panther does have the inside line, so he's going to keep the position. Is that Ferrari the quicker of the two down the straight? That is the question, because Filthy Ghost is really struggling to make this move count. We're just going to go down to Salty Stevens at the moment in P10, just for them to get to the straight, because he is right behind Shazam now in the Ferrari. Shazam nearly crashes into the wall there, just about misses it. Salty Stevens will want to try and get past Shazam here into this next corner, but he does go a tiny bit wide, and that is going to affect him into this next part. And he will not take the position from Shazam. Just going to stick with Salty Stevens. I am keeping an eye on P1 and P2, but this is really interesting from Salty Stevens. Salty Stevens will be hoping to get past Shazam, and then he'll be hoping his teammate might let him past, because then he's got a big gap to get a bit of clean air and try and gain some time to the front pack, because at the moment he is about, I'd say, probably 15 seconds behind them right now. Let's go up to the top two though, because Filthy Ghost only won about 3/10 behind Black Panther. Obviously catches him up. They nearly crash to the back of each other. Filthy Ghost is like stuck to the back of Black Panther here. And Gandalf's catching him a tiny bit. Angry Badger must have had a problem as well, because he's now down in P6. Filthy Ghost will be trying. Can he do anything here to get past Black Panther? These two squabbling is actually bringing Gandalf into it, because he's now down less than 3 seconds. Let's go down to Salty Stevens though. Shazam is trying to get past VFX, and his teammate Salty Stevens is trying to get past. As he crashes into the back of Shazam, has he got front wing damage? I'm not too sure. Not too sure if he got damage there. That is the question. Did he get damage? There's about 6 cars here, all fighting for P8. Angry Badger has pitted. He must have front wing damage, I'm guessing. Salty Stevens now, can he get past? He cannot, so he stays behind for another lap. Let's go to Norwegian Borat, who's actually catching to the back of the Vicar. Let's go to Salty Stevens though, because he is only about a tenth behind Shazam. He has got the inside line. He's going to brake later. And does he? He takes 2 positions. VFX went wide, and he takes 2 positions in one. He's up to P7. Works out perfectly for Salty Stevens. His teammate unfortunately lost 2 positions there. 3 positions, I should say, because he lost his teammate, Shazam, and Mr. Potwash. He just went really wide into that corner, and so did Shazam. Shazam did get pushed a bit by Salty Stevens, but all fair racing. You can't say he wasn't in the right. He had the inside line. He was ahead, so... let's go down to Doug, because he is catching to the back of Fedspen. At the moment, VFX and Doug, this is probably the closest battle out on the track right now. As Mr. Poem says, Salty Stevens, he's on a mission. He is indeed. He's already up 11 places from the start. I mean, VFX has crashed. He's out the race, and this will be a full course safety car, surely. It is VFX. I was on board with him, and he has crashed. Unfortunately for him, he's lost his front wing. So we have a full course safety car. The top 3 surely come in here. But they've just gone through the final corner. Does Gandalf go through? I'm trying to work out. Oh, no, sorry. They're just... Where are they? They're about halfway through the track. So I'm surely thinking the top 3 will go onto a set of hards. And Mr. Poem says Hamilton at Brazil vibes. Yeah, you can say that. I will go through, just at the moment, I will have a look at position changes. So like I said, yep, Salty Stevens, he's up 11 positions. Some other big movers as well. Hybrid, he's up 4. Shazam, he is up 5. Mr. Potwash, he's up 6. Sorry, not 6th. 6. And Fed Spen, he is up 4. The biggest losers at the moment. It's really unlucky for especially Angry Badger, because he pitted about a lap ago. As the top 3, as I said, have all pitted. Angry Badger, it's really affected him, and he's down in P15. I'm guessing they all go onto the hards, but we will just make sure of that. A Filthy Ghost, he's gone to another set of mediums, so he is trying something different. He is going for a 2-stopper. It's not a bad shout, because can you do 21 laps on a set of hards? That you're going to lose a lot of time. Salty Stevens is actually on for another set of mediums as well. So a couple of them are looks like they're going to a 2-stopper race. I don't think the hards look too bad though, unless there is rain at the end of the race possibly, but who knows. So the leader, it's Black Panther. He started P2, but he's up to P1. He overtook Filthy Ghost, and Filthy Ghost has not been able to retake that position. So Black Panther at the moment, he is going to win his 2nd race in a row, but there's still 21 laps to go. And what's more interesting now, they're on 2 completely different strategies. Black Panther will be hoping that there's no more safety cars. Filthy Ghost will be hoping in about 10 to 15 laps that there is another safety car. But at first he has to get past Black Panther. Up to P3, he hasn't pitted yet, and he res Doug. They're P3 and P4. P5 is Gandalf. 6th is the Vicar. Norwegian Bullet is up to P7. 8th is Hybrid. 9th is Madge. And rounding up the top 10 is Salty Stevens. I'm surprised Fedspen and Doug did not pit, but as Viva has joined us, everyone, he says almost finished work. How's the race been? Well, it's been pretty eventful. Salty Stevens did crash into... he got crashed into in qualifying, and he did not set a time, so he started dead last. nothing he could have been done, it sounds like. So really unlucky for Salty Stevens. But he's already up to P10 with pitting as well. Filthy Ghost got pole, but now in P2, and Black Panther, who finished P2 in quali, he is the race leader at the moment. But it looks like P-Grit is 20 seconds behind, so hopefully he catches up this lap and we will be underway again. For a race, I said there wouldn't be that many overtakes. There's been quite a few overtakes already tonight, especially from the Mercedes driver of Salty Stevens. But we have 2 DNFs to start off with. We have Pops Kong, who did actually not complete 1 lap. Again, I'm not too sure what happened because I had a problem with my game. But I'm not too sure what happened to Pops Kong. And the other driver who we were actually on board with when it happened was VFX. And if anyone would like to know who is driving tonight or wants to know in this chat, the results just quickly. Man City are 2-0 down to RP Leipzig, so they are losing at home. And Newcastle are beating PSG once again at half time. Let's go up to the front of the grid though, because we are going to be back racing at the end of this lap. As something's happened to Filthy Ghost is down in P9. I'm not too sure what's happened here, but Filthy Ghost is moving backwards. Has Filthy Ghost been chucked out of the game? He's got front wing damage. Filthy Ghost, it's awful from Filthy Ghost. He's down last now. No, what's happened to Filthy Ghost? He must have got front wing damage for him. Black Panther now, he's got a great chance of winning this race. Gandalf will be trying to get past these two as quick as possible. Hybrid now fighting with Vicar to try and get to P5. And he does take Vicar for P5. As people are telling me that Filthy Ghost slammed the wall. So on the safety car, he's obviously trying to warm his tyres up and he's lost his front wing. Now in dead last. As there is a great battle here for P4, P5 and P6. Norwegian Borat really looking confident tonight and he's up to P6. Looks like he's just about to go past Vicar, but you guess who's coming as well? Salty Stevens up to P8 already. He's up 2 positions from the safety car at restart. As Black Panther now goes quickest. Hybrid's about to have a go at Gandalf for P4. And has he got it? They're side by side. But Hybrid will have the inside line. And he does take P4 from Gandalf. Just being told by Mercs as well. Ghost did spin, so Ghost now, he's in a battle of his own at the moment. We'll be hoping for a safety car, I'm guessing. Hybrid is up to P3 now, just taken Doug for P3. Gandalf is just struggling to get past these, and he's actually just lost out. He obviously lost out to Hybrid, and he's got the likes of Norwegian Borat and Salty Stevens right on the back of him. Filthy Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He will not be happy about the last 2 laps. Black Panther is already 5 seconds ahead of P2. Doug went really wide there, and surely Gandalf's got a great chance to get him into this next corner. Gandalf tries for the inside line. They're side by side. Gandalf just pushes Doug a tiny bit wide. Doug does actually keep the position still. Norwegian Borat is trying to get involved as well, with Salty Stevens just watching from afar at the moment. Gandalf does get the position, and Doug is now down to P5. DRS is enabled as well. Salty Stevens now right on the back of Norwegian Borat, but Norwegian Borat is right on the back of Doug as well. Hybrid now is up to P2 and is 6 seconds behind Black Panther. What a great first few laps from Hybrid. We're just going to stick with Salty Stevens, who is just, as Norwegian Bullet, Salty Stevens is trying to get past Doug. There are going to be 3 wide here. Norwegian Bullet tries one way, and he does take the position. Can Salty Stevens, but he goes wide. As there's contact, and Norwegian Borat is out of the race. Safety car once more. Norwegian Borat is out. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but Norwegian Borat is out of the race. I didn't get a good camera angle. It looked like there was a tiny bump from someone. Black Panther will be fuming with this because he was 7-second lead. So if you're the likes of Hybrid, Salty Stevens, you pit again and go on to a set of hards that you know that's going to get you to the end. That is the question. Does everyone pit and get onto a set that they know they're going to finish with? It's a tough one now. It is really a tough one. I wouldn't know what they're going to do. Black Panther has stayed out, so Black Panther is staying out on the set of hards. Hybrid is also staying out. Fedspent is obviously going to pit. Gandalf is staying out. Doug is coming in. Salty Stevens is staying out. So all the people that went on the laps about 4 laps ago, they are staying out. I'm going to stick more with this at the moment because last time I went to the back of the grid or talked about football, Filthy Ghost, the person who was got pole and was P2 close, actually had a spin, so I'm not going to go far from the top. Do you think Filthy Ghost would just pit? So Filthy Ghost did stay out and he's up to P10 now, P9. So it's not too bad for Filthy Ghost. He's got a chance. But look at this. Salty Stevens is up to P4. I really feel bad for Norwegian Borat though, because I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he got a bit of a nudge and just... I'm not too sure. I'd had a bad camera angle, so... But he was doing really well in P5, so he's... So there will be another lap under the safety car because P-Grit is not caught up, and so is P8 onwards. So we'll be going for another lap. As everyone is just catching up to the back. Filthy Ghost has picked up a penalty for crashing into the back of Fedsped. And he's now down in P11. He has had a shocker-free last laps. He is now, penalty-wise, he's up to 8 seconds. Not too sure what's happened there, but safety car will probably be in this lap because P-Grit is just catching to the back. So I'm pretty sure the safety car will be in this lap. Filthy goes down to P11. So the safety car, as we said, will be in this lap. So we're going to be out racing very, very shortly. But the people in the mediums, they now got 6 lap old mediums. So the people like Fed, Spen and Doug and Madge, they're going to be super quick. And their tyres can definitely get to the end. And I don't think Hybrid and Salty Stevens are going to get to the end. But Black Panther has gone, and he's already got a 7/10 lead over Black Panther. Really good restart from him. As there is movement at the back, Doug has come into the pits, so he must have front wing damage, unfortunately, for Doug. Salty Stevens on the back of Gandalf for P3. He is flying at the moment, Salty Stevens. I believe Tier 3 are racing in Singapore next week. So the people that have actually raced in Tier 3 have actually got a really good chance at next week's Tier 3 race. But we are not going to pay attention to that at the moment. We're paying attention to Salty Stevens. Can he get into the podium positions? Black Panther's already got a 1.1 second lead over Hybrid. But Hybrid is got a 1.5 second lead over Gandalf. So let's go down to Mr. Wiggles though, because him and his teammate Filthy Ghost, they're fighting for P10. I think Filthy Ghost might be raging like Max Verstappen does in them last few laps, as Mr. Wiggles and Angry Badger has touched, and Angry Badger loses out quite a bit there. Luckily, I don't think either of them got damaged. Black Panther does set the fastest, new fastest lap of the race. Salty Stevens now, can he try something into the next few corners? When will these mediums start going off? They've got to do 30. If they want to get these mediums to the end, they've got to do 21 laps on them. These people who went pitted in lap 10. This race is far from over. As Filthy Ghost takes Mr. Potwash now for 9th. As we're going to go down to these, because he is now right on the back of Madge in the Alpine. As there is a safety car again. I'm not too sure what's happened. P-Grit has lost his front wing, but I don't have a clue why that is a full course safety car. This game. Surely everyone pits. Surely. A set for Fed, Spen and Madge and Mr. Wiggles. Maybe Filthy Ghost. It's going to be a tough one. Black Panther has stayed out. Hybrid pits. Salty Stevens has pitted as well. Not as many people pitted as I thought. Black Panther and Gandalf has actually stayed out. The Vicar stayed out as well on 9-lap mediums, which I'm very shocked about. Salty Stevens and Hybrid's gone onto a set of mediums. Salty Stevens onto a set of hards. So Salty Stevens obviously had no mediums left. Shazam and Angry Badger have gone to a set of sauce. They've got to do well though to get 12 laps out of them. They're going to be killing by the end. As Viva said, Badger 2. I'm thinking that might mean he lost his front wing too, possibly. So that's why maybe it was a safety car. So your top three at the moment, it's Black Panther P1, Gandalf P2, and the Vicar is P3. The Vicar has got he's on 9-lap mediums though, so he's going to be extremely slow at the end of this race. Hybrid, Salty Stevens, Energy Dan, Mr. Potwash, Shazam, Angry Badger and Doug are all on brand new tyres. It's going to be a very, very interesting race. Because I think what we've seen tonight as well is people are being able to overtake. It's not been as hard as I thought it was going to be. People have made it work, so as we're just waiting for the likes of Doug, P Grit and Angry Badger to catch up, and then we will be back underway. Hopefully Doug will catch up by the time we get to the start finish line. I'm also surprised Filthy Ghost didn't come in to get rid of his 5-second penalty. I know it would have put him right down the end of the field, but at the moment he's got 8-second worth of penalties. As the safety car will be in this lap. So we are going to be racing very, very shortly. And we're going to have about 10 or 11 laps of racing. As Black Panther just starts holding the back of the grid up, letting the safety car do its thing, get itself into the pit lane, and we are going to be underway very, very shortly. When will Black Panther make the move? He's already gone. He's already gone, and he has got a half a second lead from Gandalf. It's an interesting one. He went really early. No one really predicted it, and Black Panther does keep the lead. Let's go down to Filthy Ghost, who is trying to get past Madge for P5, but his teammate Mr. Wiggles is right on the back of Filthy Ghost as well. Hybrid and Salty Stevens also right on the back of these two. These two fighting, teammates are fighting for position. Filthy Ghost does keep that position though. Filthy Ghost struggling as there is nearly contact. They just about all miss each other. Filthy Ghost does keep P6. This is really, really interesting. There's about 6 or 7 cars in this line, all separated by about 2 or 3 seconds. Hybrid now just took a different line there, and Salty Stevens is interested in that position, but it all keeps the same. But Hybrid is catching to the back of Mr. Wiggles. Angry Badger picks up a 3-second timeout for multiple warnings. Hybrid has to go the long way. He got pushed a bit, but he does take position. But Salty Stevens has gone in the inside. He got a better line, and he takes Mr. Wiggles. Can he take both? They're 3 wide going into the first. Energy Dan now about to take Mr. Wiggles. Can Energy Dan get past Mr. Wiggles? He does. Energy Dan is up to P9. Follows Hybrid and Salty Stevens. Let's go up to Madge, who is right on the back of Fedspen. Hybrid now fighting with Filthy Ghost. Can he get up to P6? They're side by side, but he does take the position, it looks like. Hybrid, he touches him a bit. Filthy Ghost just about keeps it. Hybrid there, he nearly spun. Filthy Ghost just catches the back of Hybrid, but Hybrid now up to P6. Salty Stevens is now looking to take Filthy Ghost into the next corner. There's a wobble there from Energy Dan. Sorry, not Angry Dan. Energy Dan, but he does keep hold of it. Really, really interesting race. Hybrid now catching to the back of Madge. Hybrid has got a great chance here on a fresh new set of mediums. He's about to take 2 positions. He is. He's got 2 positions up to P4. What a move from Hybrid. P4 Hybrid. Can he do something special here? He's up to P4. How quick can he catch the back of Vicar? Filthy Ghost now. And Salty Stevens. They're fighting side by side. Can Salty Stevens... They're 3 wide going into turn 1. Who is going to take it? Filthy Ghost just keeps it. But Salty Stevens has a better exit. Filthy Ghost does have the inside line. He pushes him a bit wide. I can't see. I haven't got a good angle. I have to change camera angle. Salty Stevens, he has got the DRS as well. Salty Stevens will have this here. He is up to P7. Energy Dan goes round the outside. It's a great move from Energy Dan, and he has taken P8 from Filthy Ghost. We're going to go up to Hybrid, who is catching to the back of Vicar. Super, super quick. How quick can he get to catch to these top 2? Has Hybrid got a chance to win this? Has he got a chance to catch to the likes of Black Panther? Because at the moment he is flying. Salty Stevens now on the back of Madge. How quick can he get past Madge for P6? Makes him go wide. He's going to have a better exit. Can he do anything into this next corner? Tries to get the slipstream. Will have the inside line. He has to back out though. Filthy Ghost has actually lost his position to his teammate now, Mr. Wiggles. Let's go up to P4 though, because Hybrid, he is right now on the back of Vicar. Vicar's tyres must be feeling horrible. this is going to be surely the easiest move for him. And he is only 2 seconds away from Gandalf. Filthy Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty from multiple warnings as well. Hybrid now up to P3. He is P3 and he's only 2 seconds away from Gandalf and 3.3 away from Black Panther. With 7 laps remaining, Salty Stevens did get Madge for P6 and now he's trying to catch to the back of Fed Spen. Don't worry, I will keep an eye, as Energy Dan has actually got past Madge as well for P7. Energy Dan doing really well just to keep with Salty Stevens at the moment. Doing a really solid race once again, Energy Dan. Salty Stevens now right on the back of Fed Spen. He just catches these people at the wrong time because round these corners it's really tough to overtake in Sector 3. But again, I'm surely sooner rather than later he will be taking P5. And then I'm sure he'll catch to the back of the Vicar pretty quickly as well. Gandalf is catching to the back of Black Panther. Black Panther must have a problem because there's only 2 seconds separating the top 3. Salty Stevens cannot get past Fed Spen into turn 1. And Energy Dan is catching to the back of Salty Stevens now as well. There's movement at the back as I think P-Grit and Doug are fighting for P13 and P14. They're going to stick with Salty Stevens though because surely he's going to get Fed Spen here. Goes to the out and he's got the inside line, but Fed Spen defends well. As his contact. Salty Stevens getting really frustrated. He gets pushes wide, and Energy Dan has actually taken Salty Stevens. We're going to go up to Gandalf. Surely Black Panther's got a problem because he has lost so much time. What is Black Panther doing here? I'm not too sure. Salty Stevens obviously lost out to Fed Spen and Energy Dan there. He'll be fuming in that he wasn't able to get past Fed Spen. Was that some teamwork from the Hash drivers, I wonder? Hybrid, surely he's got a great chance of winning this race. The Aston Martin's Mr. Poem would be super happy right now. Can he do something? He's got a really good exit. And he's up to P2. He takes Gandalf. Who's going to break later? Hybrid has got P2 and is only 8 tenths now behind Black Panther. What is happening? Hybrid, who started, I think, P10. He's up 8 positions so far. An amazing drive. Like I said, when Hybrid and Salty Stevens pitted, I'm surprised Black Panther and Gandalf did not. But again, he's still only P2. He needs to get past Black Panther before his tyres start getting affected. Salty Stevens does get past Fed Spen in the end, but he's already 1.5 seconds behind Energy Dan. They lost so much time there, as Hybrid is now only 3 tenths behind Black Panther for the lead of this race. Just keep calm, Hybrid, if you are listening. We want some, as Mr. Wiggles goes up to P7 now from Fed Spen. Just loses a bit of time there, Hybrid. As Filthy Ghost has now got 14 seconds. He's obviously just really frustrated. I think he's... Yeah, I think he's just... I think he'll be pitting soon, maybe going to a set of softs, but Angry Badger has retired from the session. I'm pretty sure he retired in the pits, though, so we should be fine to keep going. Hybrid just trying to keep to the back of Black Panther. Black Panther defending really well, though, in the Ferrari. Hybrid had a really good exit there. Right on the back of Black Panther. DRS is open. It looks like the best chance to overtake is into, I think it's about turn 3 when you get that DRS zone. That seems where most of the overtakes have happened tonight. So Hybrid just needs to keep close to Black Panther, especially through these corners. DRS again is wide open for Hybrid. Still just right on the back of Black Panther. Energy Dan and Salty Stevens catch into the back of the Vicar as well. Black Panther has had a wobble. He has had a wobble into turn 2. This is the chance for Hybrid. He is super close. 2 tenths. DRS is going to be open. Surely he uses all his ERS as well. This has got to be his chance. But he's not close enough. Shazam picks up a 3-second time penalty. The pace in that Black Panther, as Hybrid nearly loses the back end. He nearly lost it. As he's just gone about to 7 tenths now. Just going to go down to 30 because Doug is catching to the back of P Grit for P12. Don't worry, everyone. I'm keeping an eye on P1 and P2. Just want to see if Doug is able to get P Grit here going into the straight. Gandalf is actually caught to the back of Hybrid as well now. The 3 are separated by about a second. So really close from the 3 of them. Has Hybrid's tyres gone? That is the question. Has he used too much of them? Energy Dan now right on the back of Vicar for P4. Energy Dan looks like he's going to finish P4 once again. As long as he can get past the Vicar here into turn. As there is nearly contact from the 2 of them. Energy Dan just about able to stop. Hybrid is about to lose P2, it looks like. Gandalf trying the outside, but Hybrid goes wide. They nearly have contact. Gandalf nearly loses it. Energy Dan is up to P3. Gandalf now down in P4. I'm not too sure what happened there. Hybrid's tyres, I think, are gone. He's really struggling now. These 4 separated really closely. P3, P4, P5 and P6 all about 2 seconds gap between them. Black Panther now got a 2.5 second lead. Salty Stevens fighting to try and get past Gandalf. He picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that will be Salty Stevens out the race, running now for the podium. We're going to go up to Vicar, who is on 20 lap medium. So fair play to the Vicar because he's doing an outstanding job in P4. Energy Dan is actually catching up with Hybrid now. Hybrid is really struggling now. We're going to go down to Filthy Ghost, though, who is catching to the back of Mr. Potwash, it seems like. But unfortunately for Filthy Ghost, it has not been his day, especially in the last 15 laps or so. As Gandalf and Salty Stevens still trying to get past the Vicar. The Vicar goes a bit wide there. Gandalf's going to have a better exit. Sure, this is a simple move for Gandalf into the next corner. Gandalf does take that position. The Vicar goes wide as well. So can Salty Stevens now have a chance to get past the Vicar? He does not. So the Vicar... And he got... Vicar really dive bombed there. That was not great from the Vicar. He dive bombed Gandalf there for P4. Luckily, Gandalf did not pick up any damage. I'm not sure if the Vicar did. But, yeah, you can't do that. He had no right to do that, unfortunately, for Vicar. Luckily, no one did get damage, it didn't seem like. Salty Stevens is going to get affected here massively. He's going to get moved down to about P7, I think, in the end. Unless he has a really good last lap. Hybrid now. Energy Dan is catching to the back of Hybrid really quickly. This is going to be a fight for P2 here. It really is. Hybrid's tyres are gone. He either has damage on his front wing or his tyres have just gone because... Viva says only Panther of the trio getting big points. Interesting. Yeah, it is. Especially at one point because Filthy Ghost and Black Panther are fighting for 1 and 2 by themselves. And Mercs has said it's raining. It is. I've just noticed on my screen. My eyesight's that bad. It is raining. So that is why everyone is struggling out there. It is the last lap and it is raining. Who is going to be able to keep it on the track? Black Panther, I think, is just slowed down to make sure he is able to get this race win. We're going to stick with Black Panther as he comes through the final few corners. He started P2. He got past Miss Filthy Ghost after about 5 laps. And he is the race winner tonight. Well done, Black Panther. Hybrid takes P2. And Energy Dan, for the first time, he's on the podium. Energy Dan up to P3. P4 is Gandalf. Not too sure what happened at the end because he did get dive bombed by the Vicar, but not sure if there was contact with Hybrid as well. But we will wait and see what they say on the Discord. P5 is Salty Stevens. Even though he had a 3-second time penalty. Look how close that is, the last two. God, he just to gets P5. P6 is the Vicar. And rounding up the P7 is Mr. Wiggles. So your race winner is Black Panther once again. 2 race wins in a row. So I will just go through the finished result, the final results. So P1 in the Ferrari, it is Black Panther. P2 is Hybrid. P3 is Energy Dan. P4 is Gandalf. P5 is Salty Stevens. 6 is the Vicar. P7 is Mr. Wiggles. 8th is Madge. 9th is Fed Spen. And rounding out the top 10 is Mr. Posh Wash. So that was a very enjoyable race, everyone. Sometimes Singapore can be a bit dull, but it definitely wasn't tonight. Massive shout out again to Black Panther on his race win. I really thought once Highbury got past Gandalf, it was going to be his for the win. But Black Panther, last few laps, defended brilliantly. Again, well done, Tier 2. Really enjoyed that. And I think Viva will be really happy as he has not raced and he hasn't lost out too much to the top three, the likes of Salty Stevens, Black Panther, and Ghosts. So he'll be extremely happy. Yeah, well done, Tier 2. Well done to Black Panther. This is UFRL. We have just raced for Tier 2. I am Sainsy93, and good night, everyone.